What's going on, guys? Joe here. I wanted to talk a little bit about my previous back issues that I had. A lot of you guys that have been following me for a while know that they've been pretty chronic over the years. But I basically started doing things differently the past year when I started my year transformation. So last December 2013. And I don't really want to make this video as a recommendation, just because you can really make things worse doing these two exercises that I chose to really start doing. Not that I didn't do them before, but started doing them differently, more methodically, and really just threw my entire ego out the window and started from scratch. Basically, I'm talking about, and these obviously come up a lot and cause a lot of controversy, but I'm talking about squats and deadlifts. People have different opinions about whether to do them, whether to not. There definitely is safe ways to do them for sure, and there are very unsafe ways to do them for sure. I started doing squats and deadlifts consistently every single workout for legs, and then eventually I split up the squats and the deadlifts and did deadlifts later on in the week. But at least for the first 5 months or so, I did every single leg workout was built around squats and deads, and everything else was kind of secondary. I literally started from scratch. I mean, you guys saw how small I was and how I made videos on how fucked up my back was. But the main reason I want to make this is because ever since I did that, no back pain. None. I mean, I have no problems playing sports. I used to always tweak it or pull in. I pulled my lower back wiping my ass before. No joke. This was in studio in Atlanta. You know, a lot of reason to be, impress certain people, yada yada, and I fucking pulled my back out, wiping my ass. It was horrible. So it was a big reason why. I mean, nothing else had really worked. I looked up a bunch of stretches. I was making sure to, try decompression and all of that stuff, and really a strong regimen of squats and deadlifts, and do anything else different. And here I am, it's been about a year and a couple months later, and I have zero back pain. I wouldn't even make this video if it was just kind of like, well, it helped a little bit, because then there's a lot of factors that, there could be a lot of things, but literally I'm cured. And I had bad, sometimes pains down my arms. Sometimes my legs and arms would go completely numb, even if I was just if I was sitting here for like this for like 2 minutes, then my arm would go completely numb. And it's all just it's sciatica, it's your sciatic nerve, and some people get numbness from it, some people get pain. I got a little bit of both, but I don't have any of those issues anymore. I took it from scratch. I did not jump into a heavy weight at all. I did very, very lightweight for the first at least month, just to make sure that I had it completely down. Like, that weight that I was doing, it was fully under control, and I was watching my form very, very closely and making sure, okay, I have this, I can jump up a little bit. I was taking no chances, because one wrong, move or positioning, and I'm all the way back to ground zero. I'm on the floor, literally. So, having said that, they've done me some good. I'm a huge believer, but what I do recommend is, if you do want to get into squatting and deadlifting, if you haven't already, or if you kind of feel like you should change it because you have hurt your back or you have a hurt back from something else, I highly recommend either hiring a coach or just really doing your research and knowing that you're doing the movement correctly, and not jumping to, you have to let your ego just go. You might be seeing guys that are squatting 3 times as much as you. I certainly did, and I still do. But it's not about that. If you're out of the gym, you can't make any gains at all. So it's safety first. As cliche and as kind of pathetic that can seem sometimes, because you just want to go in there and tear shit up and lift as much heavy weight as you possibly can. You got to do it smart though, or else you're just gonna be worse off than you would if you just came in and squatted 5 pounds every time. I mean, at least you're able to, you know what I mean? So that's all, guys. So I just wanted to show you this leg workout, and it's obviously based around squats and deads. And I'm making progress, but I don't use a belt because I really want to focus on my core and make sure my core is getting as strong as possible, so that, can hold back the weight a little bit. Maybe my legs could do a little more than my core can handle, but I've seen a big progression. I mean, my core could barely handle 225 not even that long ago. So anyway, enjoy the video, and hope you got something from this little spiel. Check it out.